Oh no. I have to be able to see. Hello, everyone. I'm going to try to have comments on my phone so that way I'm going to be able to see everything. But I should do a quick audio check. Be able to see. Hello, everyone. I'm clipping a little bit. I'm going to try to have comments on my phone so that way. Okay, hopefully I can see you guys. But hello, everyone. I am Rebecca from ChemKnits, and I have a stash of boxes that has been piling up. It's been piling up over the last month or so, and I finally want to unbox it because I'll be honest, I don't entirely remember all of the bare yarn I bought. Now, wait, where did he call me? Oh no. I'm sorry. Oh no. No. Sam. Okay. Everything. Okay. I'm streaming now. Okay. Indy, yes, let's make this chaotic, right? I know. This is Indy, our mascot. Hi. Well, if you're gonna put your throat on my knee, oh. No, my friend was like, "Oh, you want to go see Green Day tonight?" And it's like, well, I would, except I can't because I don't have childcare. So that was not important. Sorry, everyone, for the interruption. Okay, so as I was saying, 3 of these boxes are all from Nitpicks. It's all yarn that I purchased myself. I am a Nitpicks affiliate, which means I do earn a commission if you make purchases following one of my affiliate links. So if you're interested in something I share today, I will have a Nitpicks affiliate link in the video description, and then I get some commission from it. But then I also have a package of samples from a Canadian company, Elitespun / Amtex. They're a mill and they have a lot of really unique bare yarns, which I've opened the package, but I haven't gone through this like pile of samples. So I'm very excited to look through this because there's some bare yarns in here that are along the line of things that I've dreamed about in terms of colored stellina. There might be one with sequins. So all I know is that they reached out and offered to send me samples, and these are like legit samples of all of their offerings. I'm a little bummed that there weren't full skeins for me to dye, but at least I can feel the fibers and see them in person, and so that's always helpful. And then the last thing I want to note, as I'm sitting, I injured my back. I'm sitting in this beanbag chair today, so not quite on the floor. I forgot to pin, so of course now I'm leaning now. I'm going to pin my Etsy shop. In the chat. I have to make that go down more so that way I can pin. Oh, thank you. Okay, so I pinned my Etsy shop. And so in there, under the SMSMS tag, I have 2 skeins left. This is the bonus colorway from night 6 of the 2024 Summer Mini Skein Mini Series. And this is the glazed colorway. I have it in worsted weight, which is 100% superwash merino, and in fingering weight, which is 80% superwash fine Highland wool, 20% polyamide. So these are the last 2, and these are now ready to ship. If you pre-ordered When I did more of this colorway dyed to order, I shipped those out today. I also have in that same fingering weight yarn base, the Peruvian Highland polyamide base, I have this glazed colorway, which I'll show off on one of the mini skein sets I have left. It goes from pink to navy. This is a different yarn base, but this is 5 20-gram mini skeins. This is 5 100-gram mini skeins. And so this is also now ready to ship. And then there are still some mini skein sets, and you can find the listings sorted by night. So for example, this is the single ply yarn from night 3, and this is the yak blend from night 5 with one of the skeins flipped around. Yeah, so you can go find those in my shop, all under the SMSMS tab. And yeah, thank you so much for all your support on the series. Ooh, I see there's a birthday. Happy birthday, Julia. Oh, your English is great. Your English is great. Yeah, the good news with the setup is that like I have space. The bad news with the setup today is that it is hard for me to read the chat. I wonder if I can zoom in. No. I think I might just be forced to do it on my phone. Yes, the yak blends are lovely. But all right, let's deal with, got my knife, some of this Nitpicks yarn. Oof. And so I think I placed all these orders during the summer sale. And I will add that these 3 different packages, which probably represent, I don't know if I placed 3 different orders, if it was 2 different orders. None of the boxes came crushed, and they are all intact and taped well, which I point out because I figure I rarely point out, or I rarely point out when things are good, and I often point out when things are bad. Okay, haha, look, I mean, as much as I don't like having to recycle paper, this prevents the boxes from getting crushed, and so that's a big deal. Ooh, okay, so we've got a card. Ooh, okay, so I've got this little card, and there's a code. You can save 25% off needle sets with the code KPFall25 through October 15th. Okay, so this looks interesting because that's just a few things. Ooh. Why? This is why I did it. Okay. It took me a minute. I was like, what did I order? All right, so I have decided that one of my new favorite worsted weight yarns is the Twill line. This is actually the yarn I dyed here. It is a very bouncy, I would call it almost a heavy worsted weight yarn, high twist. How many plies is it? Is it 3 ply technically? Yes, it's 3 plies. But there's only, it's 100% superwash merino, but there's only 149 yards per 100 grams, which initially turned me off a little bit, but it's super soft. It dyes like a dream, and 1 skein is enough for a hat. I have 2 different dyeing to knit videos featuring this exact yarn, and I had plenty to make a hat that fits me. And enough that my husband's head is bigger than mine. I would say my hat size would be like adult small to medium, but it fits the kids well, and there was extra. So it's great for hats. It would make great mittens and other small projects. And so I ordered more of the bare yarn. You've been trying to dye for my tutorials many times. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad my tutorials are helpful. Okay, so I got a 20 pack of the Twill, but I think the one I'm excited about, and I couldn't remember why I got this, is that there's now a fingering weight version of Twill, and oh, it is just as soft. So this is also 100% superwash merino wool, And I'm trying to see, it's not necessarily as, it's also 3-ply. It's not necessarily as dense. Oh, you know why it confused me? Because the skeins came twisted. I mean, it's hard to compare the density of something that's worsted weight with fingering weight. It's really, really soft though. Because initially when they released Swish fingering, I have a whole video on this. I was originally disappointed, but they seem to have like redone it and it was nice. But I don't always care about having nylon in my superwash fingering weight yarn because I don't make socks. And so the reason why you might want nylon is if you're making socks, it adds strength to it so you don't wear holes through it. But I am much more of a like chalette accessory knitter versus a sock knitter, and so I don't need the nylon. And so having something that is just as bouncy as, get hair in my eyes, my new favorite Twill worsted, I'm very excited for the fingering weight version. And so I got a bunch, but I did not remember that I bought it, clearly, because I was perplexed. I'm like, why do I have all this twisted yarn in here? Okay. Can I put you back in without spilling out of the bag? All right, so I got a whole 20 pack of Twill fingering. It also is likely that I ordered this. Hey, Indy! It's also likely that I ordered this because a lot of other things that I had been wanting to use were out of stock for a while. Apparently, there was some ordering mishap or something, and so then a lot of the bare yarn was on back order for a very long time. I think a lot of it is back in stock now. I'm sitting silly. Here we go. Best selling. It has Muse fingering as #1. That is goofy. Oh, I guess Stroll is still out of stock. Come on. Because sometimes when things are out of stock, then they don't show up. Swish. No, I want Bare Stroll. Why can't I get that to come up at all? Okay, I'm gonna have to find my link. It's annoying that I can't even search for it. Okay, it should come in, the Bare Stroll fingering should come in on August 16th. Muse is another 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon sock yarn, but it's nice. It's just a lot more expensive than Stroll or Felici, likely because it's coming from a different mill, and those are just the costs of it. But yeah. Yeah, so that is just something. So I don't order that one just because it's so expensive. Okay, let's see. I got this yarn. This is Samia. Ooh, okay, this yarn is 80% Cupro. What is Cupro? Let's look this up. What is, I think it's a plant-based fiber. Oh, Indy. Uh-oh. I lost the live stream. Here we go. Oh, can you tell it's been a while? Okay, Cupro, it's a rayon. It's a rayon, and so it is a cellulose fiber. But it's been processed cellulose fiber. Cool. And so Yeah, Cupro Silk. And this is fingering weight 50 grams. But look how teeny we are. We're so petite and small. So I got 2 of these balls, 100 grams total. Hey, Indy. Indy, come. Sorry, everyone. He has been so good lately because he's getting old. Hey, Indy. Hey. Hey. Hold on. Hold on. Right there. Thank you. Oh, Indy. Hold on. Here I was thinking that Indy's been so good lately, I don't need to put him upstairs. And maybe I needed to. Yeah, it is very, very silky. Hello, hello. You can hang out here, but I can't pet you while I'm unboxing because that's not going to work. Okay, so I have 100 grams of this. Yes, yes, Indy. I wonder the best way to dye it because I wonder the best way to dye it because the silk content you could dye with acid dyes, the rayon, you can't. You would need to use fiber reactive dyes, but I don't know how that would treat the silk. But I think you can dye silk with fiber reactive dyes in the silk way. Ooh, ooh, this is exciting. Okay, I got some more, just 3 skeins? Okay, I got 3 skeins of Merino Style DK. This is 100% merino wool, non-superwash. And it's funny, it is very soft. You almost feel like it's not greasy, but touching it, it has like the slightest bit of a woolly scent. And so it feels hydrated is what is better than saying greasy. Like it doesn't feel dry, if that makes sense. All right, so that was one box that did not have a packing slip in it. This is almost like getting PR, even though, again, this video is not sponsored. I bought all this yarn myself. I paid for it out of my own pocket. Look at that, everyone. Maybe the messages, now, I don't love this, right? Like, it's not good for the environment, but it's like a toss-up. I would rather have like this recycled paper crumpled than having this plastic, but you know, I guess it is what it is. And this did arrive inside of a plastic bag, which is wonderful, although I'm not loving seeing this partial bag here. That's a little irritating. I'll have to pull up the order. Yeah, but there was one point where when you would get the 10-pack bag of yarn, it would open them up. And it's like, no, that's not what I want. Okay. So I do have some stroll fingering here. What do I have? I have 4, 5, 6 skeins. That's weird. Oh. Okay, well, this is a problem. This says that I should have 13 skeins of Knitpicks bare stroll fingering, and I've got 6, but then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skeins of Wool of the Andes Superwash, which doesn't make sense. So let's see what we have in here. And I'm gonna have to check what I actually ordered. And I feel a little bad because it's late calling customer service, but this is why you shouldn't wait a long time before you open up an order. Okay, so this big box has more of that. And what I have to say is everything that I pulled out of that second box would have fit in this big box. But part of it is not necessarily the shippers in the warehouse's fault. So part of it is like the packing system says, okay, put this yarn in this box and this yarn in that box. So, but it's not always intelligent. All right, we will see what we have in here. All right, here we have 5 stroll. Okay, a closed pack of 10. Closed pack of 10, that's 2. 10, that's 3. 10, 4. And then 2 more that are a little bit dirty. Okay. Now see these big trash bags, I definitely do reuse those. The air plastic's a little harder to reuse. Okay, so this is here. Okay, so it says that I have 47 skeins. So that's 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I do have 47 skeins of stroll in this one. Okay, well this one isn't that exciting. Except that they made a mistake, which I'm sure they'll make right. But yeah, stroll is the 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon yarn I use all the time. Now the issue is, I don't know how they're going to make this right because it's out of stock. So I guess I'll try to leave a pinned comment, or depending on how things go, to let everyone know how that went. Because I guess what had happened is I'd ordered 60 skeins, and so of the 60, I received 53. So that's a bit of a bummer. Okay, but let's move on. Now, I will say, I'm expecting reasonable things to happen because every time I've had an issue with a Knitpicks order, they have resent me the product. One time I had a needle break, like the glue came apart, and I mentioned like on the call that I broke another one sitting on it. They offered to replace the needle I broke with sitting on it. And if you put a wooden needle on a mattress and sit on it, it's gonna snap. That wasn't a defect. That was poor user use. And I said, no, that one was my fault. That one I would repurchase. But they've always made everything right. My dog is an American Eskimo dog. So he's an Esky. All right, but let's look at this. Do I have also, I thought that there was a different piece of paper. Okay, so here I have the Elitespun sample list. Oh my goodness. This is a lot of yarn. Oh my gosh. They're on rings. I've never seen anything like this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so some that called out to me, and I'll have to see if I can find what it is. It's going to be a little harder for me to hold things up. Okay, this is, what is this? SN 731. Oh wait, this might be super hard. Yeah, this is going to be nearly impossible. This might be nearly impossible for me to figure out what they're all called. Okay, but there's one here, which unfortunately is not that soft, but has like gold, red, and blue stellina in it. There is a yarn that has colorful nips. They're like red, blue, and yellow. There's some yarn with black nips, which was really, really exciting to me. That's when I told them. There's one that just has red stellina. I think there's one with just blue as well. But it's possible it's not in the samples. I think I wrote down a lot of them at some point. Oof, we've got some various sparkles with gold and silver. Like 6 different yarns. Ah, okay, I found, oh no, I already said the red stellina. So maybe there's just the red and then the red, white, and blue. It's hard for me, I'll be honest. When I saw, I was like, oh goody, everything is labeled. But they're labeled with a code. And so it's just going to take a little bit of work for me to feel one and then go through and match that to the yarn base so I can tell. But now I want to pull up the email. Okay, I didn't put links to any of it. And I'm also not sure how I found all the products, because when I was going on the websites today, I couldn't figure it out when I was quickly doing this. I also have the product list by email. So one interesting thing, though, about Amtex, and so it is a Canadian company, that you can work with them to design your own yarn base. I think that there was a 50-pound minimum, and so that would be, how many skeins? Around 200? Maybe a little over 200 skeins, which is a lot. I think that that's their minimum, but can you imagine like coming up with your own custom blend? Because let's see. So there are yarns in here that I go through and just by feel and I'm like, ooh, this one is unbelievably soft. The ones with stellina are not very soft. Not compared to others that I felt there, but there are also some samples of, ooh, what is this? There's like a, it says something SIL. It's got like some roving with some silver sparkle in it. Ooh. But anyway, sometimes I get questions about Canadian companies. I now want to see, because clearly I saw, oh, I wasn't on the retail shop website. There we go. Ooh, there's a milk protein yarn. Oh, it says nothing. Okay, let me try to, I wasn't going to go to a website today, but let's do this. Oh, we need a, okay, we got a video and we need a, there we go. Okay, so let's see. Bare yarns. Stellina. Okay, so I think that these, all right, this is one of the ones, this stellina with the red, white, and blue sparkle. I could find that right away. That was one of the ones I was most excited to see. Where are you? Here it is. It isn't that soft. What's the fiber content? So it's 20% stellina. Oh, that's so much. I wouldn't call it a silvery sock dupe, but the stellinas that aren't silver are not quite as sparkly. But it has like an iridescent white, like Angelina in it. I wish it were softer, but it's so fun though. Okay, what were some of the others that... Okay, wait, do I have... Where is the other sparkle? I'm not going to go through everything. Okay, the SN141. Okay, so this one right here, that is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% stellina, that is super soft. That is really soft and unique. Okay, but then they have the red stellina. Maybe they don't have one with just blue. But that was exciting. Okay, let's find the... I want to show you. Where are the neps? Aha! Okay, so here are the other two that stood out to me immediately. We have multicolored neps here that are sort of primary colors, which is exciting, versus more, the colors are different from the ones from Wool to Die For that I've used that has sort of like green, pink, a brighter blue and yellow. This one is red, blue, and yellow, but that's unique. But the black one, that was so exciting to me. It isn't the softest yarn I've ever felt. What is it? 80% wool, 20% black naps. But it also, it's not unsoft. And the more I handle it, I think some of them may be a little stiff. The more I handle it, the softer it feels. But I just thought that this was a really striking to have just the black naps versus having black, brown, and sort of a white color that's in a more traditional tweed. I don't see a sample of the sequin in here, but I'm gonna have to go through everything a lot closer. And so this was really nice of them to send this. I kind of would love a sample thing like this from every company that exists. Now, I think that you can buy probably a sample pack from them. Okay, I don't know how to find it. No. Okay, here we go. Oh no! Wait, are ads randomly popping up? I did not insert one. Okay, I've paused that. Apologies. Sometimes YouTube likes to turn on and auto insert ads versus letting me insert them, because when I stream, I try to insert them myself when, like, if I take a break or at a time I'm doing something like washing dishes or something. I'm like, that's a good time for an ad break. But anyway, are any of them here single-stranded? Possibly. Hard to say, but certainly, like, you know, the ones I'm saying, like, ooh, it's not the softest. I'm like, okay, what I mean is that I have played with yarn that has stellina in it that is a lot softer. None of this that I felt is bad. I'm going to need to explore it more. And I will say that for all on stream, this is not the easiest way for me to go through it to share like fiber content or what something looks like. As a dyer, if I had something like this for Wool to Die For or even Nitpicks. With Nitpicks, I'm familiar with most of their yarns, but if I had something like this from Wool to Die For and I could select a yarn based on the feel, that would, not just on how it visually looks, that would be really, really incredible. And so it would be fun with this bunch to go through and select a yarn base with my fingertips. Now, I do know Elitespun ships to the US. I don't have any kind of like affiliate relationship or anything with them. But yeah, I really appreciate them sending this to me. And I wish, I have no idea how much it would cost to do a custom run of my own bare yarn base, but this is one of the first mills, because what makes them unique is that they are the mill. So they are creating these unique blends because they have the capability to blend the fibers themselves. And so I'm like, oh, if I could create a dream blend, what would it be? And that's hard. It's hard. I guess like a dream blend would maybe be like yak, silk, and sparkle, merino and sparkle. I don't know. Sequins. Like I would create something wild probably. And so, oh no, I did not put this on to see everything. And of course I put my phone down so I don't have it more magnified. But yeah, I guess the thing I'm going to be doing next is going and calling Nitpicks, unfortunately. Because, yes, I received the wrong yarn. And the unfortunate thing is that the yarn that they sent me, the Superwash Wool of the Andes, it's not the same price as Stroll either. I don't think. It would be sparkle and tweed. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. I wonder if they ever emailed me. I'm not going to find this. I'm definitely not going to find it right now. I do try to be transparent because like I use a lot of Nitpicks yarn, and I think I'm going to have to go back through some of my notes and older orders. It's harder for the way Nitpicks sends out their the email confirmations. Things come as an attachment now versus as being in the email. So it makes it harder for me to compare the price today versus the price a couple years ago. But I think they did raise the prices on a lot of the yarn, which is, it's a bummer because that increased my costs as well. And I have not raised prices on yarn in a very long time. When did I open up my shop? In 2018? Was that when I opened it? I think it was spring 2018 when I opened my Etsy shop. And I have increased my prices a total of $1 in that time. I think that a skein of sock yarn back in the day, like when I opened, would be $28 for 100 grams. Right now, they start at $29 for 100 grams. If the supplies are changing, I may need to shift that, which will be a little annoying with all the listings, but I'm just letting you know that I may need to do that because my margins are getting smaller and smaller. For a while, I was using Nitpicks. They had a wholesale platform. Hey, Indy. Hi, sweetie. Indy, do you want scritches? I'm so used to ignoring him. You need a merino cellulose blend right now. Ooh, a lot of those exist. I don't know about merino, but there are a lot of wool, cotton blends and things. So at first on the Knitpicks wholesale website, it was, gosh, if you bought 100 skeins, you could get 40% off list price, which the last time they had raised prices, I'm like, oh, that makes it worth it. That makes the prices still manageable. Okay. But then that decreased to 30% off. And then things weren't always like updated as in stock there. And so I went through the retail site more because sometimes I think a lot of this I ordered in July when they had some really big coupon deals. And so I'm sure I got additional discounts off of the bulk discounts that are on the retail site. And so then, that made it a slightly better deal, but I don't know. So I have both a retail and a wholesale account, but I haven't ordered through the wholesale in a while just because there are times when I can wait with coupons, I can get a better deal. Ooh, a merino linen blend sounds lovely. Finding in sport is easy. Worsted Aran is harder. I'm trying to think. What was the one? Does Nomad have one? Let's see. Our yarn, filter, cellulose. Nope. Will you let me filter? Why, if I say I want to filter worsted? It's not working on mobile. I'm blanking on the name. I'm blanking on the name of the yarn. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. No, go away. I don't want that. Just remind me of the fiber content. It's like, you are on your phone. We're going to make this as challenging as possible. Let me see. Maybe it no longer exists. Maybe it no longer exists. Yeah, the filtering is not working on web either. Oh, okay. No, aspiratus was 50-50 and fingering weight. So that wouldn't work. Sorry. Husband won't wear his sweater because it's too warm. Yeah, I made Keith a sweater out of, it was just 100% wool. And it's a beautiful sweater, but it is so warm that he rarely wears it. Yeah, but anyway, that's my little bit of an unboxing now. I'm a little bummed about my stroll, and we'll see what they can do for me. But I'm excited about this Samia yarn, and I don't think that this is actually a bare color. Yes, this is the color Moonflower. So sometimes, which I've learned, if with Knitpicks, if the bare yarn version of a yarn line is the white, which this one isn't colored bare, but if that's the white, it'll be part of the listing with the dyed version. Otherwise, it might be its own separate listing. And so I learned that talking with them. But yeah, this was just a small stream, and I'm hoping my back cooperates for me to do some more yarn dyeing live streams. I still need to recap the rainbow yarn that I dyed. I haven't done that. And so I've had some issues with, like, I had laryngitis all last week and my voice is still, I would say we're at like 90-95%. It still sounds a little bit froggy, but I haven't been sick. It's just my voice disappeared and still feels a little like weak. It doesn't feel like I'm back to my standard loud ChemKnits strength. But yeah, I'm hoping this month to do some yarn dyeing live streams. Who knows? Maybe one of them, I don't want to promise spinning, but maybe one could be spinning. There's no reason why it couldn't be. But yeah, I hope that you're all having a good time. I think Friday's video this week is going to be some more indigo dyeing, which I am very excited to see if my indigo vat has died and if I need to resurrect it or what. That I haven't tried yet because, again, I'm trying to still take it easy and not lift things, but I'm getting much better. I'm just going slow so that way I don't hurt myself again. And yeah, doing lots of physical therapy, so I'm getting stronger. But yeah, I thank you for joining me as I unboxed all this, because I completely forgot about the twill fingering and I did not remember that I had ordered that. And so that was a very happy surprise. Yeah, and so I hope that you guys are going to have a wonderful week, and I will chat with you soon. It's funny because summer both, like, I have a lot of time because the kids are at camp, and so I have more time, but it also is busier at the same time. And so that's just wild. Yes, I'm taking good care of my back, which is also why I'm not just sitting straight on the floor. I guess this is also not sponsored, but these Yogibo bean bags, this is like the favorite seat in the house. It's like a really long, 6-foot long bean bag that I'm having like more of a chair configuration right now, but they're amazing. Love them. Again, not sponsored. But I feel like giving it a shout out because I enjoy the product. Yeah, and so go and check out my Etsy shop and make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on, and I'll chat with you all soon.